Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Yashimai from the JMS Atlanta camp. Before I get into this message, I want to start out by giving all praises, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to send double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, whom rule and teach well, whom the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, has used as vessels to teach us Israelite foreigners our heritage and to bring us back into the fold if your ears are able to receive it. This message is going to be going into the mark of the beast. And, I've got some scriptures ready to go, but, just a quick preface here, whether we came in from Christianity, Catholicism, Mormonism, Muslim, what's the other one? Jehovah's Witness, or whatever darkness that we came out of, at one point or another, we always heard about the mark. And, we heard about the mark, but it was something that was like very basic. Like, for example, me, I remember growing up in, I'm a so-called Mexican, from the tribe of Issachar. And, Catholicism is a big a chain for us. But anyways, I went from Catholicism to Christianity, and I remember Christianity, the mark of the beast, on the very rare occasions that it would be spoken about, it was something always very simple, like the mark of the beast is going to be, a 666. And so they would show you videos as kids, like they had like the 666 on people's foreheads, the 666 on people's like a hand. And so, that was very basic, right? And so, even those, like, there are Edomites that think that that's what the mark is, which if it was that easy, then everyone would be saved because everyone would know that it's 666. So, but that's not how the Most High works, man. And that's why we give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, because it's through them that the Most High has used as vessels to teach us Hebrew Israelites, so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics, what the mark of the beast really is. See, it's not just simple. It's not so simple as a tattoo on your forehead, with 666, because the Most High doesn't work that way. This is 2 Ezra 8:1. And he answered me saying, the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, has made this world for many, but the world to come for few. So the reason I bring this scripture is because see, the Most High made put his scriptures as deep, dark sayings that he only shows to the prophets, Amos 3:7. And so the Most High has made this world for many, and the one to come for few. See, a lot of people are going to be destroyed. A lot of people have to be destroyed. 2/3 of the people in the land shall pass, and 1/3 shall be saved, man. So that lines up perfectly with 2 Ezra 8, man. Because the Most High doesn't want everyone to be saved. And that's exactly what 2 Ezra 8:1 is saying. So why do I bring that up? I bring that up because the mark of the beast is a dark saying only for the elect and the innumerable multitude, man. Everyone's not supposed to get it, so it's not going to be something simple like a 666 tattoo. If that was the case, there are some Christian, Chinese Christians, man. Some Hamite Christians, some fucking Elamite Christians, man. So it wouldn't be that simple, man. So this this message is hopefully edifying. And then again, just to land back on that pointer, this is 2 Ezra 8:62. It says, these things have I not showed unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. Then answered I and said. So again, this is the angel speaking to Ezra about the end times. And he's telling Ezra, I haven't showed this to everyone. And so that's the preface. The preface to this message is that everyone has heard about the mark of the beast. We've heard about the mark of the beast even in our darkness before we came into the truth. But it's not the mark of the beast isn't as simple as a tattoo. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's not. The mark of the beast is a secret that has been revealed unto the prophets, the elders, and the apostles of GMS. And we know this how? First of all, we know it through faith because of what the scripture says. But we also know this because the elders and the apostles have been preaching about the mark since the late 1960s, man. It's been the same thing, which brings up the scripture, then shall they know a prophet has been among them. The elders and the apostles of GMS have been saying the mark is a RFID chip that, it's a piercing that goes into your skin. And they've been saying that since 1969, man. So when you have someone that has been saying that, just like Yahushua was doing miracles. No one believed a lot of Israelites didn't believe that he was the son of the Most High until he was gone. But when he was gone, as time passed by, people understood. People were able to look back and see, wow, he was telling the truth. This happened, talking about, this temple will be destroyed in 3 days, and then it shall rise up again. It wasn't until later that they understood that they were talking about that Yahushua was talking about his body. And so what I'm saying is that sometimes the test of time can show you that the spirit was on someone. And I bring that up because the test of time has shown that, through the elders and the apostles of GMS, it's been the same thing. And now we're starting to see things happen that are, pointing towards the mark, And so let's go ahead and get, first, let's get this here. And then now we're starting to get into some scripture, and then we're going to get into the law. So this is Lamentations 4:22. And when we go into Exodus, this is going to, hopefully is going to illuminate the dark saying, or it's going to illuminate the hint that the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gives us. So Lamentations 4:22 says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. And now let's go back. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. So Lamentations 4:21 and 22 is the Most High is talking about the punishment of the Israelites, so-called blacks, natives, and Hispanics being complete. See, we lost our heritage according to Jeremiah 17:4. We were dead, according to Revelations 11. But now the Spirit has been breathed back into us because our punishment is complete. See, there's where the Most High made it to where we would go through our punishment. And now once our punishment is complete, now the roles are going to reverse. Now we will no longer be the tail. Now we're going to be the head. 2 Ezra 6:9. Esau is the end of this world. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows, right? And so I bring this up because I'm establishing here that the Most High himself told us that we were going to go through captivity, through our punishment, but then Esau Edom would go through that. Okay, now stay with me here because now we're going to get into Exodus 21. Okay, and I bring up Exodus because the law, now understanding how important the law is, we go back and we read parts of the law, and we see how parts of the law and the Old Testament point towards our salvation. And so keep in mind, all right, we just read Lamentations 4:21. We went through a phase, but now that phase is being completed, and now we're going into a time of rulership. Okay, so Exodus 21:2 says, if thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. So that, again, Lamentations 4. Just like we had to go through our captivity, the law is saying that after a certain amount of time, 6 years, in the 7th, that slave shall go free. Verse 3, if he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. Verse 4, if his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. So, this is this is a scripture that is used to destroy Esau's rule of the man having to pay child support, right? Because marriage nowadays is a contractual relationship with the government. It's the master being Esau, but it says here that if the slave gets freed and the wife was given by the master takes care of the wife. Okay, but I want to also use this as a parallel to show that when our time is complete, we have a decision to make. Okay, we can leave behind. We're gonna have to either leave behind this world and go free, because think about what's happening here. All right, you have a slave that has been being provided for by his master, being provided things like food, being provided things like a house, clothes, and this is in the ancient times, So the slave would have a choice. Either you can stay with your master or you can go free. And when he went free, there wasn't no soup kitchens back then. There wasn't no bridges for you to sleep under. There was animals. You would leave with the clothes on your back and whatever you brought in. But, you would have a choice to make. Are you going to, have faith and make it on your own? Or are you going to be comfortable and stay with your master? Verse 5, and if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. All right? So if the servant wants to stay because he's too scared of knowing that he's not going to have clothes, food, or shelter. If he's too scared, then verse 6, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. So what do we see here? We see the servant not wanting to be uncomfortable on his own, and the servant wanting to stay with his master. So now let's bring back Lamentations 4, because what did we read in Lamentations 4? In 22, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. And we just read in Exodus, after the 6th year, it's accomplished. The punishment of the iniquity of the slave was accomplished, and in the 7th year, he could go free. O daughter of Zion, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom, he will discover thy sins. Okay, so what we're seeing here is we're seeing this at the time when the time of captivity is over, we see this slave choosing to stay with his master. And now let's, just to get the full understanding, let's get Exodus 21 and let's go into that word all. Okay? The word all is martazah. Martazah. Okay? And all is a boring instrument. Okay? Now, what's a boring instrument? A boring instrument is like a drill. Like a wood drill. If you've ever drilled through like a 2x4 or any piece of wood, what does the drill do? It cuts into the wood and it creates a mark. And so I'm bringing this up because it's going to line up with Revelations 13 and 16. Because see, it's coming to the point now where the punishment, just like we read in Lamentations, are 6 years, per se. As we read in Exodus 21, our 6 years are over. And we have a choice to make. We're going to have a choice to make. And that's the mark. So now we're going to get into the subject matter. This is Revelations 13 and 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, let's get a couple words in here. Because first of all, who is this he? The he is talking about the beast, the serpent, the dragon, who we know to be Esau, Edom, right? And so, this also if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, this should also show you who Esau Edom is, because who's trying to chip you right now? Who's trying to put the mark in you? What race of group of people? Klaus Schwab, what race of people is he? Elon Musk, what race of people is he? It's one group of people. So let's get the word cause, okay? The word cause is to make, to make a thing out of something, to constitute or appoint one, to appoint or ordain one. So, he's going to make everyone take a mark, okay? And how is he going to make everyone take a mark? Well, we had a good example of it during COVID, right? He was trying to make people take the jab, because they would say, unless you're jabbed, you can't go to the hospital. Unless you're jabbed, you can't go grocery shopping. Unless you're jabbed, you can't go back to work. Unless you're jabbed, you can't come into this. COVID was a dry run, man. And they've openly said that it was a test. There's articles on that. You go into what am I thinking here? The World Economic Forum's website. There's an article on there that says COVID was a test. So they caused people to get vaccinated, and the reason I bring that up is because it's one group of people who did that, man. One group of people who did that. One group of people who spearheaded that movement, and that's the same thing that's going to happen, man. So now, let's go back here. And he makes, okay, because cause is to make, and he makes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we saw that through COVID. And again, it's a dry run. It was a test, both small and great, because what did we see? We saw superstars like The Rock, that lady Celine Dion, governors, people were telling you that they were taking the jab, I think even Snoop Dogg too. Esau Edom was using the great ones to cause you to take the mark, by telling you, I took it, it was good, it was exhilarating. They were, trying to convince you to take it by giving you free money over there in Denmark, I think it's in Denmark. Over there in Denmark, they were, if you took it, they would give you could go into a brothel for like a free hour and, do the deed with, hookers, man. Like, that he caused the great to take it so that the small would take it, the lower level people. Say, rich and poor, free and bond, and, free and bond, those even prisoners. Prisoners were getting time knocked off their sentence. I know that to be a fact in Washington State. I'm from there. People were getting let on work release if they took the vaccine. Hell, there was some prisons that you couldn't go. They had people on lockdown, man, 23-hour lockdown in prisons if you didn't have it, because everyone was so scared, man. That's what it's talking about, free and bond. But now, let's get to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So what's the mark? Again, Christianity was 666. No, man. The mark is a deep saying that the Most High has revealed unto his servants, the prophets, which are the Israelites, man. Okay, let's get that word. The word mark is a stamp or an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture graven. So mark branded on horses. Why do you brand a horse? Because, if that horse should ever get away, that horse, through the branding, one would know who that horse belongs to. All right. And so when you take this mark, just as in Exodus 21, when the master would put the awl through your ear, they would know who you belong to, man. And that's what this bastard's trying to do. He's trying to mark first and foremost the Israelites. Everyone else is just, supporting characters in the movie of the Most High, but he's trying to mark you. Okay. And so you have some people that say that, there's people that are confused because they don't understand what the word mark is, man. But going into the blue letter, the root word for the word charagma is karax. And what does that mean? Well, karax is a pale or a stake, a palisade, man. And what's a palisade? A palisade goes into piercing. And so what is the mark? Now, hopefully this is starting to show itself to you that the mark is going to be a way to track you. Esau wants to track you through a piercing. He wants to put something in you. He wants to brand you with the mark. And that mark consists of a palisade. The mark consists of a piercing, just like the owl in Exodus 21. What kind of piercing is that? It's going to be the RFID see it, because the root word for Karax is graphos. And graphos is to write with reference of the form, to express in written characters, or to write by writing, to give information with directions, man. So this charagma, this charagma is a piercing, a palisade, and that palisade in that mark is going to have your information. They're going to be able to track you, man. And, Scripture says we know in part and we prophesy in part. We don't know exactly what the excuse he's going to use, but we know what the end game is. See, this is a secret that has been revealed, man. The mark is not sin. The mark is not a tattoo with 666. The mark is the RFID here, that this devil is going to be able to track you. He's going to have all your information, to give information, and what information is that? Because it says, verse 16, to receive a mark, which is the piercing, is going to have your information in the right hand or in their foreheads. And we see that. We see people being able to pay with their wrist. People, and now he wants to, we see this Neuralink trying to bring miracles, man. He's trying to mark you, and that RFID, he's going to have all your information. He's going to have your ID. He's going to know what your thoughts are. He's going to know where you're going. He's going to know what vaccinations you've had. He's going to have all your information, man. So that's what the mark is, man. The mark is a piercing to label you and to track you with all your information on it. That's what it is, man. Hopefully you guys can receive this. It says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So just like the vaccines, man, just like where they wouldn't let you go out or go into certain stores unless you were vaccinated, that's what they're going to do, man. You won't be able to buy unless you have that, man. And so you're going to have to make a decision, man. And I'm going to close it up right here. Let's get Exodus 21 again. I don't want to have to wait for it to lower. But now we see the parallels here, man. And it's a beautiful thing because this law was given to the Israelites, man. And this law points towards salvation, points towards the end time. If you buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. See, our time of servitude is over. And we're being freed, we're being redeemed by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. If he came in by himself, he should go by himself. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master gave him a wife, and he have borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her masters, and he shall go out by himself. So during the time, during the ending of our captivity, we have a decision to make, and that's to leave everything in this world that this world gave us. Who's been our master? Who have we been under captivity? Esau, Edom. And so we have a decision to make, to either take that charagma or not. Verse 5, and if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out. For see, if you're too scared, man, you're going to have to make that choice, man. Because there are going to be some people that are going to be too scared. Well, I don't want to lose everything. I don't want to lose my bank account. I don't want to lose this or that. Then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost. And his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. See, if you take that mark, man, you're going to serve your master forever. And that would be Esau Edom. There is no coming back from the mark. See, the mark is the ultimate form of adultery. And there is no coming back from that. Only, you would have to be destroyed. So hopefully this lesson was edifying, man. Let me see if I got any more scriptures to bring up here. Matthew 13 and 11, man. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So hopefully you can receive this, because if you can receive this, as we read in 2nd Ezra 8, man, that's a blessing, man, because not everyone can receive this, man. So, until the next time, I say shalom.